So you've got yourself one of these bad boys, the Singer heavy duty sewing machine. But now you're wondering about how to use it. Well, I'm going to take you through every feature and every function so that you can get the best from this fabulous little sewing machine. So winding your bobbin, start off, put your thread on your machine. Always, no matter which way you're doing it, go through the first clip, then come back round, follow the little illustration, so you're coming round, pass your thread from the inside to the outside. There'll be a hole in your bobbin. There you go, got it. Put that down, push that over, so hold your thread, and so with the bobbin pushed over, let it go a few times, snip off your excess thread. I probably left a bit too much there, and off you go. And you'll see it's coming off here quite soft, but this is a nice straight line. It's going up and down. You can stop any time you like, or if you hit the stopper, which is this thing here, you'll notice that the bobbin will start to skid in a minute, and as soon as it does, it's telling you, there it goes, that the machine, it's telling you that the bobbin is full. Push that back over, that engages your sewing machine again. Little snip, pull it off. There you go, really nicely wound bobbin, quite full. So now we're going to thread the upper part of your machine. Again, come through this clip and then round the back, and then you do a thing called down, up, down, down, up. Make sure your presser foot is lifted, because it means the tension discs are open, and bring your needle bar to its highest point, and you just pass round the front, round the back, and then back round the front again. Then you have one little clip there, and you have another one above the needle. And you can see what I'm doing, I'm pulling out a loop, a thread effectively, makes it much easier to get to there. And then to use your needle threader, sorry, actually now you can drop your presser foot and you'll know if it's right, because the thread will go tight. That's it. It means it's being held by the tension discs. And bring your needle threader down, outside there, up underneath, pull that back, and you'll see it throws a little loop, and the top of your machine is now threaded. Now we're going to put your bobbin in. So you've got a top loading machine, so to get this off, pull this little black thing back, it'll ping off. If it doesn't, just push it, it'll push in the corner, it'll spring up. Put that to one side for a second. And now to thread up the bottom of your machine. So you've got your bobbin, probably got too long a tail there, let's have a look. So you want it hanging off, your thread hanging off to the left. I sometimes think of that like a letter P. You just drop that in, and there's a little clip on the edge of the actual bobbin case, which is a black plastic thing. You bring it back past. There you are. Did you hear that snap? That's gone in. And then before you put the plate back on, the clear plastic plate, turn the hand wheel once towards you, and you'll see the thread comes round, pulls up the bottom thread. You grab hold of that, put your plate back in, goes back under the metal spring here, just snaps down, put the two threads under the presser foot, and your machine is now threaded. So taking you through the dials on the top of your machine, running from left to right, you've got your tension. Once that's set, don't worry about that. You've got the needle position, which means you can offset the needle to the left, centre or to the right. And then over here on your right you've got your stitch width dial, which can go all the way up to 6, and that's the widest that you can do on this machine. What you've also got over here is a funny little thing with a plus and a minus on it. You can use that to apply more pressure to your presser foot. The pressure the pressure that it actually exerts when it comes down onto the fabric. Best way to adjust that, and you can see it says minus or plus. Use something like in the UK, a 5p or 10p coin. Goes in the slot quite nicely. If you want to lessen the pressure, make it come down a bit softer on finer fabrics perhaps, turn it to the minus. If you want to apply more pressure, so you're coming down on thicker fabrics, to hold them down, you turn it to the plus. And it's generally set kind of in the middle or in a straight line with the take-up lever, if you want to think of it that way. On the front of the machine, running left to right, is your reverse lever. When you push it down, you're sewing in reverse. When you let it go, you're sewing forwards again. So that's great for catching threads when you're sewing on or sewing off, to make sure that they can't come apart on your seams. And there's 2 dials over here. The top one is the stitch length. So obviously running from 0, or really buttonhole, which we'll go in through later, up to 1, all the way up to 4. So the longer the stitch gets. Most of the time for standard stitching you want it around 2.5 to 3. What you also get on here, and I'll come back to that in a minute, is a thing called S1, but that's how you select your stretch stitches. And then on the bottom dial, this is your stitch selector dial, and basically you turn it to the stitch you want. The most commonly used one is straight stitch, zigzag, and then you just keep going. But you'll notice there's 2 stitches, oh, and there's one more there, which is your buttonhole stitch, which again we'll go through later. But you'll notice there's 2 stitches on each click of the dial, one in black and one in blue. And the blue ones are your stretch stitches. So let's say you wanted to do a triple stitch on your fabric instead of a standard straight stitch. So what you do on your length dial is turn it to S1, stretch 1, and now the machine will stitch the stretch stitch of each one of these. And then to go back to just one, I just want to go back to standard straight stitch, you literally just turn away from it again. It's really easy. Stitching a buttonhole, you need to make these changes to your settings. You stitch the length somewhere between 1 and 0. This little symbol here is your buttonhole symbol. You move your stitch width all the way out to 6. I know that sounds odd, but it works, believe me. And of course you then choose your buttonhole stitch. So this is your buttonhole foot. What you need to do is push up on this little lever, put your button in that you're actually stitching the buttonhole for, and then close that in, and that is what tells your machine how big to make the buttonhole. So taking your presser foot off, there's a little arm at the back here, you just push that, your presser foot just drops off. Take that out of the way. So to put your buttonhole foot on, you just line up the little metal bar in your buttonhole foot in the little slot that's there at the bottom of the presser foot clip. Snap. That's gone on. So we've selected our buttonhole stitch. We've put on our buttonhole foot. The last thing we need to do before we start to do the buttonhole is there's a little lever at the back here. You bring that down, and that starts to tell your machine that you're going to sew a buttonhole. But then on this machine, you push it away from you, and then you start. And when the lever is hit by the arm, by the movement of the foot, it knows that it's got to come back down the other side now. And the thing you need to be careful with this machine is it will keep sewing if you don't stop. So keep an eye on your stitch, and when it gets to the bottom bar tack, which is the first stitch it did, when it started to make the buttonhole, you just need to make sure you stop at that point. Push the lever back up, bring the threads to one side, and there you have a perfect buttonhole. If when you've sewn your buttonhole you find that one side of the stitches looks more open than the other, you can adjust them on this with this dial on the side of the machine. I've never had to do it, but it's there if you need to, and you can see that on the minus they tighten up, and on the plus down they start to open up. My advice is, if you're going to adjust this dial, is to maybe make a mark across from the dial onto the body of the machine with a pencil or something, so you can adjust this back to where it was, just in case you start to kind of lose your way. But again, 5p or an equivalent fits in the slot neatly, and you can just adjust it up or down. So on the side you have a thread cutter like that. Also the accessories box and sleeve arm just pulls out and then snaps back in. Let's take that out for a minute. And at the back of the machine, a couple of things to point out. First of all, when you bring the presser foot up, you actually, if you're using thicker fabrics, have the option of bringing it up a little bit higher. It won't stay up, but you can lift it up temporarily to put thicker fabrics underneath. The other thing on this machine is you can drop the feed dogs. It's a mechanical drop. Pop, they've gone down. When you bring them back up again, they won't come up straight away because it's a mechanical process. You pretty much, hope I don't knock my threads, you just do a single turn and there'll be a little pop in a minute, and there they go, they've come back up and they're coming back up again. There you go. Well, I hope you found that really useful. Like and subscribe for more. Try this video next.